Hey guys, welcome back to Bad Days. It's the show where your bad days are your best stories, unless you're Matt Rife, dude. Apparently, your bad days are just bad days. So for those of you who don't know, this white man right here took the world by storm, I want to say 2 years ago, year and a half ago. Up until then, he was about a C to D to Z list comedian and like personality on television. Like he was in one episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine where he played like this background character in a flashback. But other than that, pretty middling career across the board. Then he just blew up out of nowhere for no reason. We couldn't possibly understand why he ended up blowing up, right? It isn't because he's the personification of hot man privilege to women, you know? Like he blew up because he would post these incredible clips of crowd work at his shows because women would just be thirsty because he's a good-looking dude, and I don't necessarily think you should be at comedy shows thirsting, at men or women. Maybe let them just tell the jokes, let them do what they got to do. But still, you're doing what you want to do. You're having fun. You're letting you decide to throw out, "You're so hot, daddy," and then Matt Rife will come in and say, "Here's a little example of something like that."
Thank you so much. What's your name? Christina, you are so hot. Thank you so much. Your parents are from Hungary, and their daughter's from Thirsty.
So he goes viral, crazy viral because of this, and he consistently does it because at his shows, women come in flocks, in hordes, in gaggles, in cliques, in crews. You name the level of congregation, and they're there. Okay, they're there to see Daddy Matt tell a couple little jokes. And here's the thing, I gotta keep it a buck. I'm gonna get a lot of shit here. I'm gonna get a lot of shit from everybody. I never thought he was funny, dude. I didn't for one second be like, that guy's hilarious. Look at him. He's so funny. I was like, he's hot. I like his arms. I think he's a muscular dude. He's got good hair, Clearly got a real nice set of lip fillers, 100%. But I wasn't like, Matt Rife is so funny. Crowd work is fun, man. It definitely changed the landscape of comedy over this last year. Pre-pandemic, I don't think you ever really saw that much. You get the occasional heckle that turned into a viral moment, but now pretty much comedians will only post their heckled moments. You seldom hear like a really well-delivered joke all the way through. This is my friend Sammy, who just did an incredible little set. He's a Palestinian comedian, and he dropped probably one of the funniest parts I've ever heard. Here's a little clip of that.
You think, who are famous Palestinians? Nobody really knows them. You have, Yasser Arafat and Jesus, and it's like...
Things like that are hard to find in between because most people want to post crowd work. People messing with them messing with... Crowds feel a little bit more emboldened and engaged to mess with the comedian, right? So Matt Rife came up at the right time. He just did a little Fallon interview. He's doing a lot of really cool things, and he's popping off. So he, as every poppin' comedian does, he gets a Netflix special. And, oh my God, I have never seen such a meteoric fall from grace. And to be fair, he's already had his fair set of controversies. So we'll get into his Netflix comedy set controversy. But before that, let's get into some of the things he did beforehand and why what's happening is so alarming specifically to his fan base. Thing number one, he's doing this podcast with good old Theo Von. They're talking, they're chatting, they're
cracking jokes.
And he's talking about, Matt, you dating anybody? He goes, I was just dating a girl, love my life, love her, whatever, and it doesn't work out. And he's like, why didn't it work out? And he said, I messed up a little, and then the way she reacted just ruined it. I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm a YouTuber. This is what I do for a living. I talk to a camera. I don't know anything about anything, but I will tell you without a shadow of a doubt, Matt Rife cheated on his girlfriend, even if a little bit, still you fucking cheated on her. I'm sure he cheated on her, and the reason that they're broken up is not because he cheated, but because how he reacted. And that's the discourse surrounding it.
She's going through a breakup right now with a girl that I was like, fuck, this might be it.
Yeah, you're still young.
I know, but dude, everything was great until it wasn't. Every single thing about her, I was like, fuck this. This could be my wife.
Well, then what was the thing that...
Man, I messed up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then her reaction to that mess up made it 1,000 times worse.
A lot of these clips go viral. This ends up dividing the fan base of women who love Matt Rife. And I keep pointing out that his fan base is women, not to, diss women. I get it. He's a hunk. But to, prop up and point out that is the audience. I can show you guys pretty clear examples. You go over to his Instagram of him doing some stand-up right? And you're getting comments like, am I the only one that sees that he's a real-life Hercules character? Or, you know, I'm sorry, but he's so hot, dear God. And this is from a man. This isn't from a woman. Why so hot, dude? Pick another career. So that's the kind of comments, that's the kind of reception this guy's been getting since day one. So, admittedly, women were divided when he's like potentially talking about cheating on his girl and pinning a lot of blame. It's a lot of gaslighting behavior. And we live in a day and age where gaslighting is more talked about. You can be more aware of it. You can still be fucking victimized by it, apparently, constantly, even if you know about it. But hey, gaslighting is a thing now. So they're like, yeah, this sounds kind of messed up. So it divides the audience base. That's the crack. That's the crack in the armor that's going to cause the Matt Rife hunk train to fall apart. His career continues, doing bigger things. He gets this comedy special. I know I keep pausing before we actually get into the meat and potatoes of the video, but I gotta say, I'm a stand-up comedian. I don't put a lot of my sets on the internet. I don't think I ever have. I've done a lot of really small venues. I say I'm a stand-up comedian because I love the craft and I've done it for 9 years, but not because I'm a talented stand-up comedian or I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm fucking hilarious, man. Don't you think I'm the funniest fucking guy? I'll say that to my friends when I'm drunk, but like, I'm not, that's not me. But I think that there's a reason why I'm funny. I think a reason why a lot of the comedians I love to watch are absolutely hilarious. It's fucking trauma, dude. It's the fact that the world gave us a terrible hand. I'm a brown guy from southern Alabama. Let that sink in. When I was 3, 9/11 happened. And then when I was 6 in kindergarten, they're like, why did you bomb the Twin Towers? And it's like, dude, I was fucking drawing. So I'm having my kindergarten teacher be really mad at me. When you get in trouble, you get like numbers in your folder. Like that, a number goes home and there's like a specified list of like things that are bad. And if you got a number, man, it would break your heart. It would shatter you. I had a kid call me a terrorist. I was swinging on the swing sets a little too hard. I kicked him a little bit. He was in my way. He was standing in front of me. I gave him a little nudge, little kick, little tap, little love tap. Honestly, Jackson, it was a love tap, right? So Jackson does what any 5-year-old in 2004 does, right? What the fuck is happening here? He does what any 5-year-old in 2005 would do, right? And he's like, you're a fucking terrorist, dude. And then, you know what I do, right, as any other 5-year-old? I'm like, well, you're a bitch and everybody thinks your mom is hot. So Jackson didn't even get a timeout. I get a timeout at recess. I got to sit down, watch other people play. I got to watch fucking Jackson play, okay? I got to watch Jackson run around, you know, and his hot mom isn't even here to make it better. And then I get a number in my folder because I was disrespectful to him. I'm not kidding. I was like, well, why isn't he getting in trouble for that? And he goes, well, it's fair for him to think that after what your people did. I think that lady is dead. My kindergarten teacher died, so she's not around anymore. But, you know, you should have gotten fucking fired for that. Things like that make you funnier. When you look at Matt Rife, the hardest part about his life is that his privilege took a little while to kick in, and only now is he getting the big sets and opportunities that he thinks he deserves. A lot of it is built off the backs of women who love him, who think he's hot, and he's funny because he's hot, and he's funny. You know what I mean? Like, they think he's hot. So Matt Rife, in his infinite wisdom, right, he's getting the career of his dreams. He's having the opportunities of his dreams, and he's like, I actually don't like making jokes for women. I like making jokes for men. I want my audience to be men. So he opens like with this statement, right? He starts telling people, yeah, man, I like making jokes for men. I don't like making jokes for women. I don't even like women, but his entire demographic is women. And it's crazy. It's crazy to think because, like, if you're a guy, right, you buy things every now and then, right, but nobody spends money like girls. Like, I have never met more susceptible people to advertising than women, and it's because advertising's great for them. There's fucking makeup, there's 1,000 other beauty products, there's self-care products, there's self-love products, there's all these things that are marketed towards women, and they spend these ad dollars. If Matt Rife wanted to advertise whoever gave him his little lip filler and what little lip gloss he puts on, I bet he could have made a metric fuck ton of money. But instead, he's like, I'm not a fucking pussy. I don't have a women audience is gay. I'm not gay. It's like, dude, you're like, you have hit the jackpot, but you don't like it. You're not happy about it. He opens his Netflix special with a domestic violence joke. This is a summary of the joke. I'll play it for you, but I'm gonna give you a little summary. It's literally like, yo, me and my boy came to Baltimore. Our server had a black eye. She should be in the kitchen. She's so ugly with her black eye. Terrible she has it. And the mem rep's like, yeah, man, well, if she could cook, then maybe she wouldn't have the black eye. And here's the Matt Rife clip.
I've only been to Baltimore one time. I ate lunch there, and the hostess who, like, seats you at the restaurant had a black eye. And we couldn't get over the fact that we're like, this is the face of the company? Like, this is who you have greeting people? And my boy who I was with was like, yeah, I feel bad for her, man. I feel like they should put her in the kitchen or something where nobody. And I was like, yeah, but I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that black eye.
And here's the thing. I get what you're going to say. You're thinking, yeah, man, well, it's stand-up comedy. We should be allowed to push the envelope, what's appropriate, what isn't appropriate, all these things. And you're right. We absolutely should. Take a guy like Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis is having like a meteoric rise to fame right now because his set about Down syndrome is real good. And he's frankly like a fucking weird-looking dude. He does a whole set about his Uncle Danny. And his Uncle Danny having Down syndrome, and he's like sneaking grilled cheeses into restaurants, and he does a Down syndrome voice. Like the idea of doing a voice of a character with a disability in 2020, difficult, scary. You don't want to. There used to be like this doy idiot voice that, when you're in middle school, you'd play Call of Duty and you'd be like, hey guys, I'm an idiot. That is not good anymore. You can't do that because it's a tiptoeing a dangerous line. Why can Shane Gillis make this joke? Because it's clearly about his own life experience, and it's not at the detriment of the people. Like in his little set, he's like, they're drinking, you're doing fucking Adderall and all this stuff. They're high off Capri Sun. They're having the time of their life. It's like a positive thing. Versus Matt Rife, in his best effort to do a similar bit, just fails because you can tell by his every action he's just a privileged, handsome guy. Do you think that Matt Rife had a Jackson call him a fucking terrorist, dude? Do you think he had that? You think he had like a really tough, difficult childhood? You think he's like Chris Rock, where like the show Everybody Hates Chris is softly retelling his childhood? The child's kind of fucked, dude. His mom's evil. Rochelle, one of the meanest characters on television ever. And if his mom was 1/15th as mean as the Rochelle on the TV show was, Chris Rock had a fucking hard life. Now he's a pretty funny guy. He gets to tell jokes about Will Smith slapped him in the face. And then you get Matt Rife. And like everything he says fucking sucks, dude. And I have so many examples of his entire career being propped up by women. If you go to his Instagram, 6.4 million followers, right? And you slide over to his reel, his top 3 reels. The number one has 1 million likes. Fucking incredible, dude. Congratulations. It's called Cookies and MILF. It's called Cookies and MILF, and it's like a blonde woman, and this looks staged as fuck. Like, this is obviously fake. He obviously, like, paid this woman to do this, or this woman is a friend of his, and she comes up, and she gives him a shirt, and it's like, when I came to Ohio, all I got was this shirt and a blowjob. And he's like, man, maybe I'll end the fucking show early, dude.
Listen, guys, I've never ended a show early before, but
Maybe I'll take you home, MILF. I'm fucking Matt Rife, dude.
You're a grandma? Let's put that shower chair to use.
And I'm not trying to shit on him. I've watched some of his comedy. I've chuckled before. I've genuinely chuckled. But at the end of the day, a comedy special, not short clips of heckling on the internet, has to be on well-written, well-lived-in humor. I doubt you're going to find a guy telling made-up stories that are entirely fabricated, top to bottom, that is one of your favorite comedians. Like, Shane Gillis is the other big guy in the house right now, and nobody's fucking watching Shane Gillis because of how he looks. I don't mean disrespect, and he knows I don't mean disrespect because he's been bullied his whole life, so he's going to get it. He's hilarious, dude. One of the funniest guys ever. I just watched a clip of him and Joe Rogan, which, yeah, I'm not watching Joe Rogan regularly. He just popped up on my feed. Don't fucking crucify me. But it's a clip of him and Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan's like, nah, man, I don't mind armpit hair, and I like muscular women. And then Shane Gillis like, you like big, muscular women with armpit hair. It's pretty fucking close, Joe.
Armpit hair doesn't bother me at all.
No.
Doesn't
On
bother
a lady?
me.
So
No.
wait, you like jacked ladies with armpit hair?
Yeah, a little bit of
You're
armpit
getting
hair.
close, dude.
And then Joe just starts hysterically laughing because that kind of off-the-cuff humor. Versus every time you get Matt Rife in a podcast setting, he fucking shoots himself in the foot. Every single time he consistently makes himself look so much worse.
You're not a bad person, then you get away with a little bit more as far as like busting balls and saying things with a smile.
Yeah, you can if you're a charismatic fuckboy,
Guess
like it's easier to get away with.
He's also just super vain. I fully don't understand how he didn't realize he had a female demographic and wasn't proud of it or excited about it when he posts shit like this. This is a video from my good friend Soupy Time, George Soup, and it's her pointing out how he like compared himself to Cillian Murphy and did like a whole photo shoot to make himself look like it. People keep telling me I look like Cillian Murphy, the star of Oppenheimer.
He has this Instagram post where he says, please don't call me Cillian Murphy, please, that would be so embarrassing. And then the accompanying image is him in Instagram layout, side by side, next to Cillian Murphy. Matt Rife does not look like Cillian Murphy. Matt Rife looks like if Ollie London didn't want to look like a BTS member and instead asked his plastic surgeon to look like Cillian Murphy.
I don't fucking know. It's super weird. But I don't know. The fall of Matt Rife is an interesting one. I don't think it's one that was unexpected because at his core, scummy fucking dude, right? Like, he doesn't seem like a nice guy. Every single time you get him in a private set, like a podcast setting, every time you take him off stage, you take the big mic away from him, you give him the podcast mic, he just fucking sucks, dude. Every single time. It's legitimately embarrassing. But, you know, I'm sure he'll do fine. He'll bounce back. Since then, he's posted on his story, you know, like a healthy apology, I'm sure, right?
Apparently, there are a few jokes in there that people are getting offended by or upset about, and in response, he posted this. If you've ever been offended by a joke I've told, here's a link to my official apology. And the link is to special needs helmets. I'm not making this up.
But that's the video. That's the fall of Matt Rife. If you want a big deep dive on his career, don't come to me. I don't like him. I don't want to watch more of his shit. I hate every single one of his sets is the same, like, so you want to fuck me while I'm telling jokes?
You have your tubes tied? You do? I'm gonna fucking move in the morning.
I'm good. I like my little corner of the internet where I get to see Shane Gillis talk about George Washington's slave quarters. Like, that's what I want to hear.
I was in George Washington's slave quarters. By the way, the first thing you do when you walk into George Washington's slave quarters is you go, ooh. Somehow worse than I thought they were going to be. It's rough, dude. That guy had a fucking dungeon.
Matt Rife, fuck you. Learn to respect women. Don't tell jokes about domestic violence at the expense of domestic violence victims. Feels fucking insane that I have to say that a lot, but don't do that. That's not nice. That's not good. It's a bad thing. And stop hating on women. They're actually your target demographic, and you should be better. You suck.
But at a certain point, you go, am I delusional? Like, maybe I'm not funny. Maybe I'm not supposed to do this.
You fucking suck, dude. Sorry. This is the video. I don't know if it seems kind of mean-spirited. I don't know if you guys like videos like this where I'm a little bit more off the cuff, just spinning, holding a microphone, staring. I've been gone for a while. You guys know I've been gone. Why have I been gone? Because I took a break, and I needed it, and now I'm back. And you know what? Your bad days are your best stories. Like and subscribe. Favorite the video. That's not a thing. Like the video. Comment down below, and let me know your thoughts on Matt Rife, but also let me know your thoughts on me. I cut my hair, guys. See? It's gone now. All the long hair is gone. Tell me what you think about that. All right, bad days, best stories. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. That's the end of the video. Goodbye.